The Taliban says this video, taken by an Al Jazeera cameraman, is proof of a military victory. That claim is strongly denied by international forces. They're shouting, "Death to America, death to Bush, death to Obama, death to the infidels." These Taliban fighters say they moved into the base in Wardak province not long after Western soldiers left early on Saturday.
They fled the base around 3 a.m. and our mujahideen arrived at 3:30. They left a few things behind, and most of the things they burned. There's a well, there's metal and barbed wire. They didn't leave any military equipment behind.
The Taliban says it attacked the base for days and drove the soldiers out. NATO and U.S. officials call that a lie. NATO's International Security Assistance Force would not confirm any troop movements in the area. But this year, hundreds of bases have been closed or turned over to Afghan forces as part of the transition process.
I cannot tell you much about this base, except that there was no fight, no defeat, no nothing. They just enter apparently an empty base and claim that they were the reason this base has been emptied. This is something that, again, is just sheer propaganda.
Security analyst Sami Sadat says propaganda is one of the Taliban's main strategies. He says Taliban fighters are outgunned by NATO soldiers on the battlefield.
However, we have to believe that Taliban are still posing a significant threat to the stabilization and the growth of Afghanistan, and it can become a threat to development of Afghanistan in the long run.
The Taliban still has relative freedom of movement and influence in a number of areas around Afghanistan, including in Wardak province. And this isn't the first time its fighters have moved in after Western forces left. Last year, fierce fighting for control of the Pesh Valley in eastern Kunar province claimed more than 100 U.S. lives before the Americans retreated and the Taliban fighters moved in. In Wardak, these Taliban fighters claimed the base as one of the spoils of war. But it's unclear if it has any strategic significance, and they left soon after NATO helicopters appeared overhead. Jennifer Glasse, Al Jazeera, Kabul.